Pigu, welcome Pigu to Encounters. Fig Newton, welcome to Encounters. Welcome all the new people here. This is Encounters. Welcome Best Day Ever. Welcome Brian. Welcome everybody. Big Girl Storm, Katie, T. Amo. Good to see everybody. Joy to you. Joy to you too. Michael, welcome to the show. Fabiana, good to see you again. Alaba, let's see. Gloria Silver, HR. Margot, welcome to Encounters. This is a late night show, Mr. B, and we're getting amped up. So let's get amped up right away. Everybody tap those screens. We want to get to 50,000 likes, another 50,000 followers tonight, if we have 50,000 people on here, but that's not happening. But anyway, hey everybody, Katie Sue, good to have you with us. Gummy Granny, Rap Tax 231. This is the late night show that everyone's been hearing about. If you're new here, this is Encounters, the #1 late night UFO talk show. Easy Does It, welcome to the show. That's a nice name, Easy Does It. Mary, thanks for the likes. And everyone coming in here. I know it's going to get pretty crazy in here, meaning we'll have a lot of people coming in here. They come in when they are ready to get here. Amy Lee Mills, welcome to Encounters. This is Stephen Borg, welcome to Encounters. Alabama UFO Ghost Magnet, not Allah. Alabama UFO Ghost Magnet. Oh, that's right. You are Alabama UFO Ghost Magnet. See, I just see the first part. Things go so scrolling fast. TT and whatever that other one is with the symbol. Patrick, Kayla, Jason Walls. Welcome to Encounters. Everybody coming in here. We're going to have another incredible night of this show. I'm pretty sure we're going to have some interesting stories from people. You know, we have no idea where in the world people are, but they'll be coming in here. We're going to invite people, into the room. But what we're going to do is doing some invitations here. We have to invite some people that I haven't seen for a while. And I think the one I'm going to invite a lot of people, but I'm inviting the one and only person that I haven't heard of for a while. I know she's been busy, and we're going to see if she's on tonight. So we'll find out. So I'm sending a message to our contact, and we'll see. I'm just making sure she knows we are live tonight. And I just sent a message to her. We'll see if she's on tonight. And please share and like everybody. And you all have the ability on that share button to press that button with the little arrow. That's like a curvy arrow. That's your share button. Chesno, welcome. When you press that share button, that means you can share up to 15 people about this show. So if everybody takes 15 good people around the world, hey, thank you, Pete Starr, for that. If everybody takes 15 people, you see where the little arrow is? There's a little arrow where my hand is almost, my finger is right there. You can't see it because it's fading out. Right there, there's an arrow. You press that, that's all your friends. So you choose how many people you want to do. Namaste, Mahansuk, we're going to probably bring you on here, man. I haven't talked to you in a while. My brother from another planet, Mahansuk, down in the beautiful, beautiful South. And we're going to have him come on and talk a little bit. That's right. Then you can do 15 more again like I did. And did 15 people. So press that little arrow that's kind of like curvy, like a tail on it. That's where you have your friends list. Press that and take 10 or 15 people that you think are open to this kind of thing. And definitely invite them. Tina Blue, T. Idaho. Welcome, everybody. Good evening, Kelly Kelsley. Who wants to come? Let's see. What am I getting here? We got Will coming in here. We're going to bring people on, Will and a few others in a few minutes. We're just getting amped up here. I got my apple cider. This week I'm going to have to get another gallon of my cosmic cider from the local orchard. So I have a little bit of cider here. Cider is the preferred drink of this Martian. Yes. Shade AS, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Michelle Rose, it's just cider and ice. And that's all you got to have is a little bit of good cider from the apple orchard and ice. I got my apple juice with ice in a glass, Killa says. I was watching to talk about Friday the 13th. I just posted a video. I got another incredible video I just posted just before I came on here. It's an airline jet in public airspace, but the person recorded an incredible video. I call it a spaceship. I tried to figure out what to call it. I was watching it and examining the video, and almost like translucent or half cloaked, but they had a good camera. They videotaped the whole thing, zoomed in on it, and this thing was, if it were to be next to the jet, it was pretty large. So there's a lot happening in the skies above us all over the place. So the Nellis Air Force Base is in Nevada. This particular object was recorded in the public airspace. I mean, if it went over the Nellis Air Range, it probably would have been having a problem. But I'm sure it was commercially going in a various pattern in public airspace. Those pilots know what they're doing, right? When you see this video, it's not here. It's on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. You'll see the video there. I'll be posting it here tonight after the show. And it's incredible, another incredible video of things that are happening above us. There's a lot of activity. There's all kinds of spaceships coming in our atmosphere. The vibration of the planet is really, really high up there. So that's why you're seeing also a lot of activity as well. I'm sure there'll be people here all around the world when they come in here and find a show. I need to change planets. Paul 3345 wants to change planets. Well, you put the word out, and I'm sure the universe will provide you with another planet, Paul, if you so choose. Bobby Andrews 35, Michelle Rose Bellin, welcome. Thor, welcome to the show. Everyone coming in here, welcome to the show. Amy Lee. Chezo, thanks for the likes, man. Romeo, welcome to the show, Romeo. And all the new people coming in here. Let's amp it up. I know we can get over 100, 200 people in here easily. We have over 53,000 followers. I'm sure a lot of those folks can come in here. Don't know what they're doing tonight. Sammy, good to have you with us. Everybody coming in. Now, press the little arrow where it says interact and enhance. There's a little arrow that's like an angle. That's where you press to get your friends to come in that you think might be interested. So everybody, we have 55 people. If everybody does 15 people or 10 people, we can amp up and double the amount of people in here. You don't have to do the math. It's real simple. Good to have everybody coming in here. You're tuned to Encounters, the late night UFO talk show here on social media. You're not going to see it on CNN, NBC, or MSC, or BBC, or CBC, or any seat. Skip to Grace is here. And hopefully down the rabbit hole will be coming up the rabbit hole. I know he's been pretty busy. I'm hoping I'm Shy will be out here tonight. I'm putting the telepathic single out to I'm Shy, our DOD contact. So Diane, welcome to the show. I'm hoping I'm Shy will be here. I'm transmitting my thoughts to her right now. Beyond being a very intelligent person, I think she might be telepathically tuned in. So we'll see. I sent her an invite. Yeah, we're going to see if Shy comes on tonight. It's I'm Shy. So I'm Shy, if you're out there. I know you've been busy traveling all over the place with the DOD doing stuff, so I'm sure she's got more information to share. I'm very curious. I saw a video that showed some UAPs or spaceships or orbs over the affected area of the Middle East where there's fighting going on. Somebody recorded 3 UAPs. They were kind of an orange glowing color, and one was dimming out, and then the other 2 came back. So I'm absolutely pretty sure the non-terrestrial beings are watching what's going on over there. I've been thinking about that. I'm pretty sure they're doing that. Caroline, welcome to the show. All the new people. Z Benzagan son or something. Maybe I got it wrong. JJC, good to have you with us. Diana, welcome to the show. Caesar, good to have you with us, Caesar. Welcome, everybody. All the new people. Welcome to Kimmy Burt. Welcome to the only official UFO talk show here on social media. I don't care if there's a YouTube show or whatever. This is where it's at. This is where we have people coming on here talking about being visited by ETs, people having sightings happening all over the world. This is where we get the information from. Plus, I'm Shy, which I'm putting a message out to her telepathically right now. I sent her a message, and she might be extremely busy, but we're hoping she gets on here. We'll see if we get her on here. I know she's going to be coming on here when she's ready to come back on with more information. I know it's going to happen. I am amped up tonight. I can feel the energy in the room. TLC time. Hello from Indiana. Welcome to the show. Will says he's got some crazy news as long as it's related to UFOs, the subject of the UFOs. I'm trying to get back to staying focused, really focused. Skip to Grace, we'll bring Skip to Grace in here too. And let's see, we're going to bring, Chesno. I know you have a story to tell if you want to come on. I know that for sure.
Hey, how you doing?
We're doing good. We have Grace here. Grace
Hey,
Hey,
Grace.
is
hey
here.
guys.
And go ahead. We're all here together. I am fully amped up tonight. I feel the energy. Hey, my Twisted Mystic, welcome to the show. A lot of new people in here. I hope you'll stay here, not get sidetracked on all these other TikTok crazy things, but stick around for a really wonderful talk show on the UFO area, on the spiritual area. Please share and like. Also, this show depends as a non-commercial broadcast on your spiritual gifts. So if you decide after watching the show, wow, I'm going to send a TikTok gift, you can send it to me. We appreciate that so much. I know Skip to Grace knows what I do here, so she would totally back me up on that. We're very committed to the truth here, the cosmic truth, and nothing but the truth. So definitely, as you watch us, as you're new to this thing, I don't expect you to gift us right away, but as you see what we do here, I believe you will. And we appreciate that. You can also Venmo me on Commander Allian 2022. There's a link to my Venmo. That's my Cash App. And also become a subscriber. We have 27 and 100 subscribers. The money raised in that area is going for night vision equipment. We have the Ashtar Command CE5 group here in New England, which Grace is a part of. My other moderator, Chesnos in Connecticut, is a part of. We just had bad weather, all this rain, and we're just waiting to have some good weather so our group can get together and invite people in the region to come out and meet us and be part of our C5 activity. So that's my little thing here. So I'll turn it over to Grace, then I'll turn it over to Will,
Yep.
and we'll start rolling
Go
the
ahead,
ball
Grace.
here cosmically and see what happens.
How you doing, guys? How's it going tonight? How's everyone?
We're doing good. How about you?
Doing well, doing well.
Yeah.
Trying to stay strong and stay grounded with all the everything going on right now.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
crazy world we live in. Yeah.
Same. Same
yeah,
here.
yeah.
I feel you. I have something crazier, but go ahead. I'll
Go
let you
ahead,
talk.
Will. Go ahead, Will.
Uh,
You go ahead. Will.
okay, so you probably haven't heard about it, but it's all over, and it's not good. I reported the post, and it's from a organization asking for something, and it has nothing to do with UFOs, but it's a pretty big deal if you think about it.
Right. So the question is, should we even
I just
amplify
wanted
it
to
if it's
go
not?
over it real quick. I'm just going to say it real quick, and I'll read it to you. And it was on TikTok. Sorry, Twitter. And Twitter announces that about reporting BLM and Antifa are opening to support Hamas terrorists to call for violence. And on Friday the 13th, 10:23, when the public is domesticated terrorists seeking death and destruction on Friday. I think that is
Oh,
absolutely.
well, I already know about that. So
Oh, you
this
did.
is my quick
I didn't know if you.
yeah, I already know that. So this is like, look, I've been very aware. The command has been my contact at Armand has been in touch with me. I'm sure people want to know what the Galactics are doing or thinking about what's going on in the Middle East on our planet.
Yeah.
So this is my galactic response. I've meditated on this. I've seen all the things, and this is my message from the command. Because I am also, for new people, I've been working with the Ashtar Command before the internet ever started. I'm a direct contactee since the 60s with space people that look like just us when I was a kid. I've had many, many sightings. We've had things happen in our living room here in the last couple of months that are positive with things happening, like happened the other night where I was on here and there was some sort of tall being behind me.
Hmm.
And it's on one of the shows, one of my last two shows you can watch, and you'll hear people talking about they're seeing somebody behind me,
Yeah, I
and
just
it's
wanted
not a
to.
ghost.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to say something to the comments. Lisa was St. Bailey saying Antifa ain't calling for harm. It literally said that on the Twitter. So don't pretend. discredit what I'm saying.
Right.
But go ahead.
So again, this is where we need to stay focused. This is where I'm gonna come right in here.
I'm
I
not
want
trying
to
to
amp
scare
everybody.
people. Sorry.
Oh, I know that, but I just think people need to stay focused. This is where distractions happen. That's why I want to get people real. As a teacher, I'm going to be the teacher here. Don't read all this stuff. We know what's going on out there, people. We need to stay focused on the cosmic light. We need to be inspiring peace on Earth. We need to be the ones, if we remember what planets we come from, beyond talking about UFOs and galactic areas, part of that whole waking up period is to realize that we're here on a mission, all of us, whether you realize it or not. Our mission is to bring peace, is to bring
Correct.
a better
Well,
understanding.
that's what we're going to
Too
try
much
to
of
do.
this.
Go ahead. And that's
Well,
what
that's
we
what we
live
need to
in.
do.
That's the way we live and what we've been living through for years. And we gotta stay peaceful against these
Right.
jihadi
So,
terrorists. These
we need to look at
horrible
this.
people.
Let me put this teaching in a perspective for everybody now, from an Ashtar Command perspective. I'm going to be Ashtar Commander right now. I don't always be Ashtar Commander. Usually I'm just talk show host. But now I'm going to represent the Ashtar Command because I have to. I want people, I know people, everybody is aware of what's going on in the world. Every single human being.
Okay.
But every single human being that is not involved in a conflict is determined. Now, I'm not telling you not to turn your TVs off, but again, that's not going to help you seeing people dying around the world. It's not going to help you seeing people being bombed on either side. And it's not, and let me explain something. From a galactic standpoint, this planet is called Earth. It's not called the United States. It's not called Russia. It's not called Scandinavia. It's not called Connecticut. It's not called California. It's not called Mississippi. It's not called Mexico. It's not called South America. It's not called whatever. Everybody here calls it a different country. You live on a planet called Earth. And the command wants people to live in peace as Earthians. Not as I'm Israeli, not as I'm American, not as I'm Canadian. It doesn't matter where the landmass is. Years and years, centuries ago, there have been wars over land. And you split all the things, you split all your land masses and create countries and create, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine. No, it isn't.
Well,
the planet was created.
Sorry.
Let me say this. The planet needs to be respected.
Yeah, it does.
All life needs to be respected. I don't want people.
But we need to report that on Twitter to show that we're not
No,
going to put up
we need not to report on Twitter. We need to. No, what we need to do is get within ourselves, not report what other people are reporting on Twitter. That doesn't help anybody. What we need to do is meditate. What we need to do is get centered. What we need to do is go within us. Now I'm fired up.
I just wanted to ask you about the you said there were 3 UFOs. If you want to go to that, then we'll stop talking.
That I will go to,
because we're on different pages on that. But I just wanted to bring up. Do you have video from that or not yet?
No, I don't have the video from that. But I'm going to be the commander tonight. So beware, folks. If we get off track regarding UFOs or spiritual enlightenment or get into fear-based stuff, I'm not going there. I will not go there. It's not happening here. There's enough people on TikTok and on Twitter and on YouTube with fear-based stuff. We're not doing it here. No, please understand that. I'm going to take the command and take the realm here on the ship. It is not, I don't want to know about it. I know everyone here is intelligent. Everybody knows what's going on. We don't need to amplify it. We need to de-escalate it. Not amplify it, de-escalate it.
I didn't know everybody was aware with it, but we're good.
They are aware. You have to understand. Everybody here has social media. They are aware of it. They're not. This is not top secret information. Everybody is aware of it. We do not want to amplify in this. I'm going to cut that discussion off right now.
Right, and we want to live in peace, and we want to get rid of these people that are evil and not let them cause harm to people.
We have to stop. We have to stop this. That creates division. I'm not going to let that happen. Not on this show. No. Listen, Will. Listen, please. You're getting wrapped up in all this stuff between this person, that person, the evil, the not evil. We need to teach peace. It has to stop. We're not talking about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to let it happen on this show. I won't. Okay. You got to listen to me, man. I'm not trying to control you. I'm telling you the truth. It has to stop. Okay?
Yeah, we can talk about
we
this.
need to focus on what we're doing.
I agree with
My
you,
point
but
is, okay, no buts.
there's
There's
no
no
need
buts in
to
what I'm
mute me
saying.
though for what I'm
I'm not going to
saying.
mute you. I
Well,
won't
no,
mute you. I
that's what the
want you.
comments are saying, and the people
I know what they're
are saying in
saying.
the comments
What they're
about
trying to
me,
say
and
is
I don't
they're trying. No,
appreciate.
they're trying to say. Well, I'm not muting them. They're trying to say we need to stay focused. This show's about
Yeah,
UFOs, not about
yeah.
war,
Okay,
not about conflict.
we're gonna bring up UFO stuff for the rest of the show, but I'm just I don't know. I just
No,
brought it up to you. I would have brought it up to you if we were just here by ourselves, but a lot of
no.
people don't.
I want to
A
stay.
lot of
I
people
want to
want to
stay
talk
off of
about.
it. Now we know people. This is not what people came here for. They can hear it on
Yeah,
every other. I've been on TikTok. I saw all these other arguments going on. We're not taking that up here.
we're
I'm
not.
not
No, I
going to
know that.
do it.
I get that. I'm just
We're
not.
not
I
going to
wasn't
do it.
trying to disrespect your show or anything, or no politics. I
Okay,
wasn't
so
trying to
so
do
we'll
that
we'll
either.
just stop now. Let's stop the train of thought on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I just have a message. Just create peace through strength. Okay. Let's pray
Well,
for
that
no wars.
no.
That's all. That's
Let's
all we
create
need to do.
peace. No,
Mhm.
listen to me. Let's create peace through peace.
Yeah.
Let's create peace through peace. This peace through strength stuff is earth-based garbage. Let's create peace on earth and forget all this strength thing and that thing and this thing and that thing. That's not where I came from. I don't come from this planet. I don't
Yeah.
understand the consciousness that is
Well,
involved in conflict and fear. I teach people on this show and in my workshops about elevating their consciousness, not about getting involved in conflicts.
yes, I
Okay?
get that. And I wasn't trying to interrupt you, but a lot of your are you a moder? Oh, can I don't know. You took my moderator
No,
away, but
I don't
that's
want to get
okay.
into this. I
I
don't
won't
want
get
to get
into it.
into it. You have to understand, people here they came here for a purpose, for the
Okay.
discussion of spiritual enlightenment, not about conflicts in Middle East. There's 10,000 people talking about it. We're not getting into it here. You're too
Okay.
emotional about it. You need to center your energy on peace
Okay.
and on higher elevation of consciousness. That's what I teach. That's
All
the
right.
essence. That's the important thing.
I
If you
get that.
get that, you're going to be in a better place. Right
I
now, you're
absolutely.
getting sidetracked into something else that you shouldn't be getting yourself into.
I
Okay,
agree.
now,
If
so
Skip wants,
I'm moving on. I'm
if
moving
Grace
on
wants
to
to talk,
another discussion right now as
yeah, we
host of
can
the
talk.
show.
Yeah, go ahead,
Okay,
Grace, if she wants to talk. But I wanted to
so
see if, about the UFOs over there in Israel. All right, go
I was
ahead,
going to get
Elizabeth.
into that.
Go ahead.
So
Mhm.
so I'm going to pass over to Skip to Grace, and then we're going to get into some discussions here.
Hey, so I'm doing some searching. I actually did come across a article that talked about a sighting in Israel over the skies during the bombing in Gaza. But I haven't seen any real conclusive evidence or any kind of real footage. Have you seen anything, Commander?
One of the UFO people on here had some footage. I'm going to try to figure out who it was, and I'm going to try to get a copy of the original footage. But it showed, wherever they got it, it showed these three objects that were like three orange orbs. Sonic, thank you. That
Right.
were in the Gaza area in the sky at night, and somebody videotaped it and actually noticed them. And I do have this feeling, I've had it for days, that the galactic levels are monitoring and watching what's happening over there. And
Yeah.
whenever there's any conflicts or wars or even nuclear bombs that are being tested like they did in the 60s, the space people are watching what's going on. I'm sure they're concerned with war on our planet. But that's the focus of my discussion. Not all of it is that, it's basically that there's all this going on. I haven't seen if there's more copies of the video, but the one person that did have it, I thought it was pretty impressive. Um, and I thought, that I want to know more about that,
What
Uh,
what I'm
it was
finding
on Paranormal.
interesting. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Gloria King says it was on Paranormal Caught on Tape. I saw it. So if you can give me the link to that, where that tape was, I thought it was very interesting. I thought there's a lot going on. I know the Galactics are concerned about our planet, so I'm now speaking in an Ashtar Command mode, as well as a talk show host mode. I work with the Ashtar Command directly, so they're very concerned with the people of Earth and what we do on our planet, always, always. And they care the utmost for our well-being, for our spiritual cosmic growth. that we live in peace on Earth. That's what it's all about, you know. So that's why I get very, you might say, not only amped up, but I get very focused as a teacher when it comes to when we get too diverted by our amplified media TV channels and everything else and whatever else is being reported. It's, you know, people are conscious on this planet of what we're doing to our world. People are not just putting their heads in the sand. People are aware of everything on our planet. I want to focus on the growth of consciousness, the understanding of peace. The command wants us to focus ourselves on living with each other in harmony and understanding. You know, this is not just a UFO show. This is about UFO spiritual levels of consciousness. I teach these classes with people in my audience, not my audience, the group I teach with. I take them off planet. Why do I do that? I want to teach them about the universe. I want to teach them that there are galactic beings on a big ship and that they're part of that. They're star people. They're star beings. They're star family. These are the things that I want to talk about. I interview people, but now you're hearing the commander talk and talk and talk for a moment. I listen a lot, but now I'm going to talk because I'm amped up. And when I get amped up, people know how I get. It's
And I
just
agree
that
with
people,
you, Commander. I really do. I agree with you. I feel like it's really important, and this was the point I was making before Will started to speak, that we need to ground ourselves in our understanding of, you know, what it is we believe is we have to ground ourselves in that.
yeah, that's
And we
right.
have to really try and not just try. It's, you know, and I always say we have to try, but we have to do. We have to just say, hey, let's do the best we can to
Right,
stand firm in our understanding.
right,
And it isn't about attack on
right,
anybody else. It's basically just lowering the leveling the playing field in a sense where we're all coming from the same place in the space in this room. You know, we have to get that we're dealing with some serious issues right now in the world, and we are responsible for our actions.
right.
And
We are.
and if we don't
Absolutely.
take responsibility for our actions, who will? How will we ever control any of it? So I
Right,
agree with you, Commander. I feel like it's so important to ground yourself and to completely, you know, you decide what role you want to play in this. You know, you want to
right.
jump on the propaganda bandwagon.
Thank you, Rap.
Well,
Thank you.
I'm not.
You
I
know,
wasn't trying to go to the propaganda bandwagon, but can I please? Someone was attacking my character and attacking me, and I didn't appreciate it. So she kept saying, "Quit interrupting what y'all are talking about," and I didn't like that. And that's really rude to me. So if I was a moderator, that person needs to be muted. So
well, okay. I'm not going to
so
start going into muting
I
people unless I
I
really
need to talk
feel.
to you in private, but I can't ever send you a message. So
Hmm.
No.
Will, don't take it
it's just
personally. People get
it
really,
is no, you don't come in here and insult me.
well, Will,
That's
don't
not
take
what a
it
guest
personally.
does. And you got to
First of
watch
all, this
your
is not about arguing. This is
No, I
about,
know
Right.
it's not.
It's not.
I'm not trying
and
to
we
argue with
will,
you. I'm just bringing up my point.
well,
Don't like make
Okay,
somebody
Will.
else feel
Will.
like
you've already
Will.
me.
made your point,
Will.
Will. Thank you.
We hear the point. You need to calm down. You're
I am.
too focused on it. You're taking it personally. Just take a deep breath, relax, close your eyes, and regenerate your energy. Okay, Will?
Yeah.
No.
I'm
Not,
definitely focused. I just
I know you're focused. I'm asking you to regenerate and close your eyes and take a
right.
deep breath, is what I'm
Well,
saying, man.
there's some
Lean
comments that
on
need to be
when
removed.
you're not
We need that.
strong. I'll be your friend.
There
Yeah.
he is.
I'll help you carry on. Gee,
Hey, Rap.
what did I walk into?
Hey,
What in
hey,
the
Rabbit.
heck in the Freaky Friday is going on in
It's
here?
not.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost Friday. But go ahead. Oh, never mind. I'll put
So
it on mute.
I want to welcome James in. We have Grace here in Connecticut with me with our Ashtar group. And James, you've been pretty busy. Welcome to the show. And we are
Hello,
going
sorry,
to, we're
you
going to move
started
on.
early today.
Yeah, I started early tonight, so we're going to move on and stay focused and not get personal with anybody. This whole
No.
show and the concept of what I do is not to get personal and not to be quick have a quick reaction to people saying things. People need to chill out, and chill out. So we're going to get focused here. We're getting back into what's important. It's not about us. It's about the universe. It's not about me. It's about the galactic universe. It's not about me. It's about all of us,
It's not
all of the
about me
beautiful
either.
people.
It's not about
That's
me
right.
either.
Okay, so we're going to move on. Okay, so we'll move on. So good evening, James. Good to have you with us. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hey, everybody. I hope
Hey, James.
everybody. Hey, Grace.
How's it going?
Thanks for the chat earlier. I had a
Yeah,
great conversation with Grace earlier.
yeah.
That's a good thing,
Commander,
man. Yes,
are
I was on this
we
morning.
seeing all of these UAPs watching the events happening in Israel? Have you seen these videos?
I've seen some of them, but I want to get links, or people send me links to these videos. I really want to see. I only saw one video, but I know there's many more videos out there that I haven't seen.
Yeah, I saw one today that was pretty interesting.
You got to send me a link.
What'd you see, James? Tell us.
Uh, it was three orbs just
Okay.
floating over the battlefield, and they were just slowly moving. Didn't look like one of those, flares falling in the sky. It just looked like three orbs over Gaza, watching what was going on. It was intense. I mean, it was a war zone, so it was horrible to watch, the background, but it was definitely something in the air other than jets and rockets.
Somebody was
Yeah, I
asking
believe
in
that too.
comments how far apart with the orbs. Could you tell?
How far apart were the orbs? They probably looked like they were 50 yards apart from each other in a full triangle.
Okay.
We need to verify that
Wow.
video, though, too, of course. I haven't seen it, but would you send it to me and us later? Or did you send it to Commander already?
No, I literally saw it. I was watching it, and then I got the alert that Commander was live.
TikTok does work.
You were watching it on where? From
I
TikTok?
think, yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Okay, I didn't know you. I didn't know you see that one. I didn't know you could see like. I mean, you could see what's going on, but I mean, you don't see everything. So I would like to
Yeah, I
see
mean,
the
I'm
video.
following. I have some friends in Pakistan that I follow, so they have links to
Okay.
local news. In fact, I even posted some local stuff, non UAP related. But anyway, yeah, it's out there. There's definitely a lot of videos from locals
Yeah, we got to
coming
see
out of
them
Israel.
when you have a chance to post them or put it live because I want to actually verify it and make sure it's legit.
Yeah, and Killa Kelsey said that she saw it too, and there were quite a few people in the chat who also mentioned they saw it. But we were talking, James, about the responsibility of staying grounded and focused at this time.
Oh yes, kind of like what we were talking about earlier.
It's huge
Yeah.
because the energy's flying.
It
Oh, yeah, it
is.
is. The
Yeah,
Earth
there's a
is
lot
really
of.
like a roller coaster right now, for
Mm.
everybody. It's got to be crazy, the energy on the planet right now.
Yeah, oh
Yeah,
gosh, yeah.
I was in a live last night, and I said that there's so many people that are having an awakening moment. They're having this spiritual awakening, but they're trying to move so quickly. They're trying to, oh, I gotta talk telepathically. Oh, I gotta channel. Oh, I gotta do all these things. And
Hmm.
they're not doing the light work that it takes to
Hmm.
build your armor against the
Hmm.
darkness.
Yeah. You
Yeah, it's
know,
a foundation that needs to, be developed. I believe that.
But
yeah, I've been like I've been feeling the energy walking outside today, meditating for a while this morning. It was just beautiful energy and everything, but it is crazy. There's a lot of crazy energy right now. And I'm sure everybody here, I saw Grilla says I saw something in Middletown last week. Let me see if I get Grilla on here. Yeah, Grilla, we can get you on audio and you can tell us about that. I'd like to Middletown, New York, Middletown, Connecticut. Middletown, Connecticut is not far from us. So, Gorilla, wow, there's a lot of noise.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
Can you get the noise out of there? There's too much noise.
Yeah, I mean, hold on, I'm over here. Yeah, I'm down here, Pratt and Whitney.
You're Pratt Whitney, but if you're an area you go with that's not that background noise, it's really bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out the back door here.
Pratt and Whitney is the place where they build military. When he goes outdoors, oh, much better. Now he's at a place where they built top secret military aircraft for the Air Force and the military. Yes, I know that to be true. I don't know where that is. I'm in Connecticut. So what happened? Tell us the story.
Yeah, I was coming to work. Must have been about 6 o'clock. And I was coming into the parking lot, over here at Pratt. And when I made that last turn to go where I usually park at, just above the trees, it looked like 3 or 4 lights, but it weren't that far apart. It looked like it might have been the size of a large truck tire.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh shit." I said, "Oh shit," 3 times.
Yeah.
Then I switched to, "What the hell?" And what the F? What the F?
Yeah.
And I jumped out of my vehicle, and just as I reached for the camera and got around to the back of my truck,
yeah,
it took off. But it looked like it might have been right around where the Connecticut River is.
Okay. I know where that is.
And it was just above the trees, and it couldn't have been no more than about 50 feet up. I had to look up.
You're where Pratt Whitney is in Middletown, correct?
Yeah, that's where I am. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big facility. So I know so the Connecticut River. I know where that is. It's not far from our radio station. And what did it look like? Can you describe to everybody what it looked like?
Well, it looked like 3 or 4 lights, kind of. It seemed like it might have been something a little higher, like about the size of a tractor trailer truck tire.
Okay.
And it's been 3, like the lights were below it. I thought it was a drone, but I don't know if people fly drones over here on Pratt
property.
Kind of
weird. I think that would be almost. Yeah, I'd question whether it was a drone, because your place is high security.
Oh yeah.
Pratt Whitney does military stuff, so yeah.
Yeah. I'm putting together some F-35 turbine wings right now.
But disclosure is key.
Yeah,
they're probably watching the facility.
It freaked the hell out of me. And I'm like, what the? And I said it 3 times, and there's normally nothing in that area, but it looked like it was just above the Connecticut River, maybe, and close to the parking lot over here where I park at. And I jumped out of the truck, and grabbed my phone, and just as I got to the rear of the truck, it just took off.
It disappeared, right? It was actually a spaceship with people on it, or beings. They knew what you were thinking. They're telepathic. They read consciousness. So they probably saw you were going to do that. They didn't want to be recorded.
Oh, I don't know.
That's why isn't it amazing how you walked out of your truck to the back? As soon as you got there with the camera, it just disappeared.
Took off.
Well,
I didn't see it take off. It was just no longer there.
Well, it disappeared. It might have blinked out of the frequency, the vibrational pattern, or it just disappeared.
Yeah. Or maybe cloaked up.
Cloaked, yeah, possibly,
yeah. I jumped back in the truck and took off and went and parked. I told a few people what I saw, but I've been seeing stuff up in the sky around here before, though. It's weird. I don't know if they look like weird stars or maybe a satellite. It's not just one dot. It's like a dot.
Like
a little dot below it.
Yeah, Yeah, we're in
For,
Connecticut. Rilla and I are both in the same state, and I'm not far from Middletown. And I can tell you, there's been a lot of sightings in that area on the river,
if,
up in the
if,
skies above the river and along the river. I've heard stories.
yeah, yeah, it freaked me out though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to
Yep.
come on and hit you with that. You know, I tune into your live, you know, occasionally. You know, just been busy lately because I'm on like kind of a medical leave, so I go to work when I want. 'Cause
Yeah.
my family, I have a brother. He had 2 strokes,
Oh, I'm
and
sorry to hear that.
yeah, thank you. So I've been trying to nurse him at home, and he's doing a lot better. You know, it's been 6 months, but he had to learn how to walk and talk, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, he's got this thing where if he hears something good or he gets happy about something, he'll start
Hmm.
crying.
Wow.
He'll cry
Hmm.
instead of laugh, but it's always for good news.
Yeah.
So I don't
Well,
know.
you're good and you're helping him heal. So you're there for him. That's the most
Yeah,
beautiful
but
thing we can do is be there for each
what
other.
the crazy part about it, every third person I talk to, they say, well, man, people don't normally do that kind of thing. They just throw their family members somewhere like a bag of laundry and just, leave them to fend for itself.
Yeah.
I said, really? And it's like almost every third person I talk to says that. I'm like, how can people be that way?
Well, welcome to planet Earth. Some people are like that, but there's a lot of good people here. Look in this room, this TV show. A lot of people here are
Yeah,
caring, loving people. They care about their
yeah,
brothers and their sisters. They care about each other. And they really do. In truth, people do care
yeah,
about each other.
yeah. And I get a lot out of any little good progression that I see within him. I try to joke with him, and you know, and, but he's coming along though. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. I wanted to get a hold of you when I saw it, but I had got so busy in here. They got
Yeah, that would have been kind of cool.
a lot of stuff
You
going
know?
on with these F-35s.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need them.
And what are they going to be used for? Since we're talking about F-35s, you're on the inside. What are those being used for?
That's one of the most. That's one of the most tactical fighter planes they have now.
Yeah, that's the Raptor, right?
Well, I mean, if you don't know, it's just like the SEALs. There's not six SEALs. There's not six SEAL teams.
Yeah,
Yeah, they say SEAL
interesting.
Team 6. They say SEAL Team 6, but it's not 6 SEALs teams.
Yeah, they know the technology. Go ahead.
Yeah, and they say F-35, but it's not just one.
Yeah.
Right?
You gotta.
Well, we have to bring love and peace to the earth, and hopefully there'll be no more weapons to build and no more of these things to build to shoot bombs and missiles at everybody. It's just really important people wake up to a much higher level of consciousness. That's really
Well,
on my Ashtar levels.
yeah,
That's where I am.
yeah,
Like when I'm doing my
that,
talk
that,
show,
yeah.
I combine
That
all
would
of that. The consciousness.
that would be beautiful. I think back to when I was a child, just looking at the clouds, just with peacefulness, and
Oh, we lost your audio, Grilla. You're sounding low.
yeah, peacefulness and lovingness, and we always gonna have something, some type of weapon, even if it's just a rubber band or a rock. It just technologically we came a long way with weaponry. You know,
Yeah.
but
Well, I'm
I
with the
think
Ashtar Command, so I can tell you the Earth that we're going to be living in will be an Earth with no weapons, no war, no hate, no greed, no argument, nothing. It'll be a world of peace. Now, in many ways, billions of people can't see that now because we see everything amplified. And when
yeah,
things get amplified, things get out of control. Media amplifies all the negatives. and people see that billions of them do. But people, we're here to not only do our UFO talk show, but to be an Ashtar commander the way I am. My goal is to take the planet into a much better place than where it is now. And, that's where I have to do my command work. When I'm meditating, when I'm not doing my show, I ask the command what I'm supposed to do. How am I supposed to interact with the people on this planet? How am I supposed to, not get emotionally charged over things? Where am I supposed to go? And I get there. It's a crazy balance. It's like going on a roller coaster and saying, I want to balance that roller coaster, or going on a seesaw and saying, I want to get it balanced, or I want to, go over that rope, over that mountain, and just keep it steady. So it's a balancing point, and that's where the humans on this planet have to learn to balance their energies. We're an emotionally charged up planet right now. I feel the energy everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, I still want to take a ride in the yellow submarine, though.
You will. I want to go in that submarine too. You will.
I'm 63 years old.
Yep. You remember the submarine. You know what the submarine is. The Beatles were ahead of the time. The submarine was an underwater spaceship.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Yeah. I'm 63 years old, and I grew up in Manhattan. And when I got older, me and my buddy used to do hobbies, and we used to go over to the Guggenheim Museum and walk around in Manhattan, Central Park, and all type of places in Manhattan. But we were hobbyists, so we used to go to this toy store on 33rd Street, 5th Avenue called Polk's. And we'd race our little electric cars up on the 4th floor on a big track. And it was just a peaceful time, I'd love to go back to that time.
Yeah. Well, there'll be peaceful times coming. People need to just get prepared for contact. Really, my main focus now, I think, is to get people to realize that we have to be like our space brothers and sisters. We have to start focusing on love, loving each other, loving others, and that's the key essence of consciousness. If we learn to do that, then when we come to that point of contact with the Palladians, which are coming soon in a direct manner, we'll be able to interact in a loving space with other people. And so we now have to really amp up our game in terms of our consciousness, because it's all about consciousness. If we don't do that, by the time contact happens, and there are billions of people still in the fear-based mode and still in, being sucked in by Earth-based media, those people will not understand what peace and understanding and love and galactic interaction is, because they're still living in that mode of operation that they've been taught to believe in since they were kids. And people just have to break out of that, That's really a key aspect of what we need to do. That's what my teachings are all about.
A while back, somebody told me about dreaming forward. I've been doing a lot of that, and it's such a peaceful thing to dream forward and just kind of manifest how you want to be and where you want to be, instead of just dreaming in the now or dreaming about yesterday. I try to dream forward, and it's been working for me. Got a lot of pluses,
And that's a good thing. See, that's the way we come to a higher understanding. For you, you're getting to that higher level of consciousness the way you just expressed it. And that's the way it should be. Whatever way you get there, you're still going up the mountain and getting there, right?
Yeah, yes.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Every individual is respected for however they get there. I truly believe, and in my teachings, I tell people, when you go out to my class, I want you to take what you've learned in this class and utilize it on your own. Have your own empowerment spiritually, consciously, and be able to elevate that. So when the time comes of contact, that individual or those 10 people now have the power of love, understanding, and can communicate with our space brothers in a very equal playing field. of understanding.
Yeah,
And that to me is the
beautiful.
most important thing right now. On this show, especially the sightings, there's so many sightings of spaceships, what people call UAPs or UFOs. I can't even keep up with it. I think the last 2 days I've been viewing about 20 different, videos of UFOs, and I picked one out that I just posted that is not on here on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. That's incredible. I might show it on here tonight. I might show two different spaceships on here that I posted on YouTube. That I
Uh-huh.
have a bigger screen. I might just show that as a part of the show tonight. So we'll see.
Hey, I was going to bring up, do you remember the lady that was going to show us more Bigfoots named Diana?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
hoping if she's on, she will. I mean, she
yeah.
was really dynamite with that information.
I keep sending her invites, but you remember how we asked them that they were going, her neighbors or whoever she had near her house, were going to download TikTok so we could actually like see what's going on with within being safe and seeing the Sasquatch. Do you remember that?
Yeah, maybe she will.
Any,
Maybe she just
any,
hasn't gotten to it yet, you
no,
know?
no. I actually messaged her and she said, unfortunately, the people that they don't believe in downloading TikTok because they could have information stolen from
Oh,
from
well, what are you
from
going
them.
to do?
So
You know? Each to his own, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Trish Hour, thank you for the heart, all the gifts. Thank you, Levick. If I didn't say verbally, thank you. So, hey, there'll be other people. Diane, if she has more stuff, she'll tell us. If she has her own encounters, she'll
we'll
tell
just
us.
talk
So,
to her then. Yeah, it's fine. I found that interesting. I've heard that
yeah.
too. How you doing? Go ahead.
And if
What you
anybody else here has any sightings right now, any reports of anything happening, we'd like to hear your stories. If you have 200 plus followers, you've never been on the show before, let me just explain something. This is Encounters, and this is the Spiritual UFO Talk Show. I'm your host, Commander Alian. Also, I gotta turn the mic off there, Joe, for a minute. I'm gonna mute the mic. There we go.
Hey,
If anyone has any UFO stories to share, please let us know. We'd like to hear your stories. If you've had sightings in the last week or something weird in the sky, or if you've had, thank you so much, Levick. If you have any sightings, uh, okay, love is everything. That's a great name. 039 Lizette. Welcome. Dreaming, thank you for the fire. If you have any stories, I love stories. The one thing I love to do is listen. I get more out of listening to people's visitations by ETs on here than anything else in the world and your sightings. So if you have 200 plus followers, the thing with TikTok is now you can actually come on live, not so much with your face, eventually your face at 1,000, but at least at over 200, I can have you on here and you can tell us your story. So if you want to come on here, press the guest button and press that, and I will invite you, people that have over 200 followers, to tell your story and let us know where you are on the planet, and you can share here. This is a very inclusive UFO show, and I took this UFO show concept from my radio show, which I've done for 20 years, which is the Cosmic Eye Astro Radio Show every Sunday morning, and that's Sunday mornings at 11:30 a.m. on WHOFM.org. So I appreciate everybody here, and I did send Shai invite here. She might be really busy, and we miss her, so hopefully she's doing okay, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
hoping
talked
to
to
get
her.
more.
She's good. When she comes on, she's got a whole lot of stuff to share.
I've been feeling that, James. I've been feeling that. I mean, I've been sensing that for days. It's like,
Yes,
like
she was in White Sands the other day.
really.
Yep. Doing some testing reviews with the Lockheed Martin guys.
Oh yeah.
But I'm
I
not
can't
gonna.
wait. I'm sure she has.
I'm gonna let everybody wait to let her tell it.
Yeah,
But
I do too.
yeah,
I'm gonna
it's
wait.
gonna be some awesome stuff.
I know that because even before you just told me this, I kept getting like this energy from her. I feel energy, even though she's not here, that she has a lot to say.
Yep.
You know how
Indeed.
my consciousness works, James, right?
Yep. And she's traveling right now, so that's why.
I know she is.
Love it. Thank you for the gifts, buddy.
Yeah, you know. So she will be on, and I just knew I was getting that feeling about her that she's going to be on probably in the next 2 weeks. We'll probably have her on here. And she is traveling a lot now because of her position, which is good. I mean, she's going all over the place, right? So, yeah.
Yeah. So, Commander, there's a really great article on if everyone in the chat's interested in reading a bit more about it, just on space.com.
Hmm.
And it talks about unidentified anomalous phenomenon, hotspots, and the quest for better UFO data. So I guess what's happening now is, the collection, like you were saying earlier, there's so much, like there's a mountain of data, and they talk about this in the article. But what's really interesting about the article is that they have they talk about propulsion detection, leveraging
Hmm.
artificial intelligence, holograms, and Occam's razor, military activity, public reporting, and I just feel like this would be a great article to kind of skim through. But I think
Yeah.
overall the general idea is that they want consistency. They're really
Hmm.
just looking for more consistency. And, they mention, and this was so interesting in the first paragraph, they mention the infamous Elon Musk and,
The infamous,
yeah,
the
You
infamous
mean
Elon
you
Musk.
mean an E?
the,
The infamous Elon Musk.
We call him E
it was,
around here. When we have lunch with him, we call him E.
We had Hal the computer, but now we have the infamous
I
Elon
had a
Musk.
lunch with him the other day.
I know you did with the infamous Elon Musk.
And we
The
said, E, I just need a cool mill.
I had the
And what
lunch.
about the propulsion? Almighty wants to know about that propulsion thing, detection.
Yeah, hang on one second. My
Yeah,
computer's glitching for a second now. I don't
a
know.
glitching
It's
computer
so weird.
only on TikTok.
Multimodal census. It's space.com. Let's see. Hold on, let me give it a chance to load. This was posted a day ago by Leonard David. For many anxious to throw light on the UEAP, it's all about reliable truth revealing and
Yeah.
scientifically rigorous data collection.
Hmm.
So let's see. I'll give it one more minute to load because I don't know what happened. My computer's been glitching. I've been trying to.
It could be. It could be, Grace, the top secret government trying to prevent you from speaking, but you're speaking well.
Thank you. You're welcome,
Go on.
Sunshine. Thank you. I'm
Hey,
reading
wait
the
a second.
comments.
We've got to take a moment to welcome the second best looking rated Bigfoot hunter on
Oh wow, the roses.
Disclosure Michigan beer taster in the chat.
Ah,
Who is that?
Our Bigfoot, the gentleman that worked for the government that to uh,
Oh yeah.
do false information against Bigfoot.
oh yeah. Is he in the chat?
Yeah, I just saw that he had joined, and he is the second best looking Bigfoot
He's taking
hunter in the
it.
world.
I have my heart goes thump 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 for the Bigfoot. I don't know what it is about that and the crop circles. So
Yeah,
Did you
crop
guys
circles.
see
My
that
friend.
video from the train of the Bigfoot?
the train?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, sat down in the desert somewhere, and they sort of wherever it was on a hill, and just sat there. The
Let me
person
And
videotaped it.
I put it under. I enhanced it.
Thank
I
you for
put
having
it
the links in
under.
the chat.
It's a really good Chewbacca suit if it's fake,
Yeah, and the
because
thing is, you know what?
the hair
I
was
don't know.
so beautiful.
Do you know what? Do you think it's fake? Because if the person, let's say it's the person was on a train, I've been examining that video for a long time today, and I'm saying to myself, if that were fake, how did that person from a distance record it, and how did they coordinate something like that? Another part of me says it's not fake, and that this thing was intelligent, and it just sat down there and they videotaped it. I don't know.
It looked like it was camouflage. As soon as it sat down, it blended in with the topography
Yeah,
of
it did.
the area.
Interesting. I'd have to see
Did
that
anybody see
video.
that
Thank you
video?
for those cool I know Levick is sending the coolest stuff in the chat. Thank
Could
you.
anybody? A Black Tomb Raider wants us to put up the picture of the video. Does anybody have the
Yeah,
ability
guys, just
to
search it. Colorado Bigfoot. There's tons of
Colorado
videos.
Bigfoot? Yeah, just
Oh,
search it. Yep,
cool.
you'll see the video.
Okay, so
Tons of
my
videos.
computer loaded and I got this propulsion detection thing. I don't think they're saying much, but there are some photographs, or
Yeah,
there's a little bit of graphics and some drawings. It says then there is the use of infrared and thermal detection to identify and learn more about UAP. Heat detection can obviously tell us a lot about propulsion. That is, if we're talking about something that has propulsion. So, if whether or not a UAP makes use of a combustion based model via exhaust. And if there isn't exhaust, well, then we're talking about something that doesn't use propulsion, like a natural phenomenon, perhaps, or something that
yeah,
uses a form of propulsion that we're entirely unfamiliar with, said Holding. So it says, but propulsion,
Oh, we
he
lost
says,
it.
huh? Yes?
Somebody came in to talk, and then they're gone.
yeah.
Uh,
They disappeared on their own. I don't know what happened, but huh,
it's,
maybe they weren't ready to come on, or maybe they didn't mean to come on. I don't know.
yeah, I'd like to hear what everybody has to say, if anybody has anything to add about propulsion, because,
Well,
and Occam's
when Shai talks about it, she says that they don't have any type of technology that can pick up certain signatures. Like they have some technology that can recognize the UAPs, I guess, when the UAPs allow us to, but they have full 100% stealth technology if they wanted.
Yeah,
And if they want to be, not seen, they're not going to be seen. If they want to be seen,
yeah, I
they'll
agree.
be seen.
yeah, they can be. You should see this video though from an airliner. It was recorded in September of last month, going on the public airspace. The person knew the area because they said in their comments when they wrote the comments about what they saw and videotaped. It was this big. It was big, a big ship. It was definitely, I think, the vibrational patterns of the craft were affecting through the airliner, the camera, the person's camera, but still the person got a good lens and zoomed in on it, got it on recording. I haven't posted it here yet. I'm going to post it on TikTok tonight. I'm going to post it, and it's on my YouTube channel. I'm going to show this tonight. Matter of fact, while you're talking, I'm going to get the video set up, and people will be able to see it right on the big screen here. So I'm going to let everybody see this video of this particular video near Dallas Air Force Base,
Cool.
and you're gonna be blown away by it. Everybody here watching.
Whoa.
Cool. Can't wait. So let's
So
talk.
I'm gonna let you and Grace talk, and I'll get the video set up.
So James, what do you think about holograms and Occam's razor? Do you know anything about that?
Holograms of Occam's razor or holograms
Holograms
and
and Occam's razor, because this gentleman that wrote the article, his name is Leonard David. He's a Space Insider columnist, and he's an award-winning writer. So he's got some a little bit of status. But he writes, such a hologram would be capable of incredible speeds and maneuvers that seem to defy physics, and may not produce a radar return and could potentially be very convincing. Over water, I contended that it may be possible to project such a hologram from a surface submarine. So they're really try to take into consideration all the aspects of, like, hell, is this real? Is there what's really happening here?
I think I think that when it comes to stuff like that, you have to remember their exposure to, like, let's say the same thing Shy is exposed to as far as what is science and what is technology.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people that don't have a clue.
absolutely.
So,
And I think it's coming, it's like also deciphering who it's coming from,
right,
where it's coming from.
right. I mean, we know the Chinese have at way advanced hologram technology that they've used. I mean, even our country, but we know other countries have they put images in the sky just to mess with people in other countries, and we know that for a fact.
Yeah. So then someone just said it was Swart Almighty said they can pick up the emissions after the jump. Yes. So, I guess that means that is that the UAP or is
Oh
that the
yeah, so yeah, I wrote that. So
okay.
I always just beckon back to how Shai was explaining these crafts travel, and there's crafts that are physically moving through our space and time.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's other crafts that are interstellar that can travel from like here to Jupiter, here to Alpha Centauri in a straight line. And
Mm-hmm.
then there is also the multiversal jumping, the portals, the bending of the space and time.
Yeah.
There's all different types of ways of these crafts propulsing themselves and moving around.
Yeah. Yeah. I just find it to be so phenomenal and um exciting and mind bending and thought provoking.
Commander,
And
are you
It's
ready? Are you
scary as
ready with the
well.
I am
video?
ready.
Oh, you
I am
ready,
ready.
Commander?
I'm
All
going to,
right.
I'm going to
Fabulous.
show you right now some mind blowing stuff. Check this out. We're ready to go. And I got wait a minute. Here it is. Watch this. There it is right there. You'll see it right there.
Oh,
It's pretty impressive.
Wait,
The
wait, wait.
vibrational patterns are affecting the lens of the camera. And this person zoomed in on it. You can see it right there.
yeah.
Watch it. That's right there. Beautiful. And then they zoomed in on it. This is in the public airspace near Nellis Air Force Base. And right here on TikTok, you're seeing an exclusive of this video.
Oh my God. That's like a tic tac, isn't it?
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
It's a tic
It
tac
was
on
recorded.
TikTok.
Yeah.
It was recorded. And here's the other video. Check this out. This is airlines flight 67 glowing spaceships 30,000 feet over New Mexico near Taos.
Yeah, I saw
Check
this
this
one.
out.
This one's amazing.
It's a huge fleet of craft, and it was going west. These ships were going westbound. Look at it.
It's the ultimate breath freshener.
This is what I talk about, people. They're here. They're here now. There's going to be more of these things happening between now and next year. You think this is happening? Wait till 2024. Look how beautiful that is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they like transform into different shapes too. And
Yeah,
they,
see how the ships are like translucent? I studied this video for at least an hour.
wow.
And now the jetliner is going from North Carolina to LAX. The jetliner was over Taos, New Mexico when this was video recorded, over 30,000 feet above ground level.
Wow.
Okay? 30,000 feet above ground level.
It
Okay,
almost,
so
it almost looks
that's
as if
me.
there is something hiding in the clouds too. You know what I mean?
I'm going
The
to flip the
moment that,
camera. And there I am in the dark.
Yeah.
Just my head, just me.
who's that? Who's that standing behind
Raptax,
you?
Yeah.
Raptax 231 is asking, are they translucent or reflective? I mean, I don't know if
Both.
that's easy to know.
They could be all. They could be anything. They could be translucent, reflective, clear, see-through,
They could be yellow, they could be
solid.
blue,
Yeah.
they could be green, they could be purple.
Orange, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's that's a really good question. You go to the top of the class. You go
I
to the
feel
top of the class on that one. That's a really good
Look
question.
at
I
that.
mean,
Look
I
at the
think that they're probably
commander.
transparent a lot. I know the ones that I saw the day I saw some traveling, and I know Shai had talked about this. I had witnessed the a formation above Electric Boat, and they were, they talked. Shai had talked about how they are controlling weather patterns.
Yeah.
They cloak themselves behind clouds, and I witnessed that. I thought I was, I remember talking to the commander about it, and I didn't get any video footage of it, but I know that was going on.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
A lot
I
of
saw
crazy
this
stuff.
video. Go ahead, Commander. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, back to those two videos, the most recent one, the one that I just showed you near Nellis Air Force Base, that was an incredible TikTok, luminous type craft. And, I don't, who knows how fast it was going, but certainly the person videotaping it was going, wherever they were going, and they got it on video last month. And this is what's happening. If you're on a jet, you better be sitting next to a window. You better sit next to a window because you never know what's going to be out that window. A fleet of spaceships, one spaceship, you don't know. They're in the airspace right now all over the planet.
I have a really cool photograph that I took when I was in an airplane coming back from Florida. I took a photograph outside. I could see the reflection of the plane and the clouds, and around it was a rainbow orb.
Wow.
And
Yeah, I've seen those. Those are interesting.
captured a photograph of it. I'll post it onto my TikTok because
good.
it's amazing. It's amazing. And I don't know. I just feel like I was being divinely guided and watched because I was going through a very difficult time. My father was very, very ill at that time, and he's since passed. And that is, I have that photo. I blew it up, and I have it in my, in my office, in my studio. So
Yeah.
I agree, and that was a long time ago now. It was like 10 years ago or more.
Wow.
I think
That's
it's all.
crazy, huh?
Do you guys feel like it's all building up to a universal moment for us and the UABs? Like we're going to see them, and it'll be some big event, but I don't know how they're gonna.
Yeah, I agree with you, Will. I do think it is
Yeah,
blowing up
me
and
too.
becoming universal. Absolutely.
And I think we're slowly getting there, but the more we get there, I don't necessarily think it's in 2027 because you mentioned something about 2024, Commander. So a big event
Yeah.
you said. So
I just keep getting I just keep feeling what I do, Will, is I
but
go by energy feelings. I'm very susceptible to galactic energy,
mhm.
meaning that when I say that, let me define that for everyone in the audience. Everything's, what we call 2027 initially months ago, I feel things are amping up to the point where it's going to be sooner. I know I can't, again, I don't want to predict the future. I tend not to do that. But I will say I go by feeling, and then I'll ask everybody else in the TV show here, what are you feeling? So, and that probably is a good question to ask right now. How many people feel that the timeline of contact is not going to be 2027, but you feel it's going to be coming sooner? How do you feel? Not what you think. What do you feel right now? Do you feel like something big is going to happen soon?
Yep, I do.
Because
Now
I'll go with that.
I think there'll be like a how cool would it be if they they would want to do it like when we're all doing like a celebration, like I said, like July 4th or January 1st or New Year's. Maybe they'll do it before then, but like arriving at an airport, like landing at an airport, coming through like the doors, the gateways, or like the doors for the airplanes, and how incredible would that be? Or they land in like the mall, but or something like over the head,
Land at a mall.
like over the mall, not in the mall.
Oh, they could
You're gonna get takeout food.
they can actually take the ship and make it
Stop
really
for
tiny
bourbon chicken.
and go into the mall.
Oh,
They're gonna get
what if they made it look
They,
like a
they'll, they'll
mall?
go into the
chicken.
Mall of America and go into Macy's or something and say, "We don't buy anything; it's free, right?"
Yep.
And a
Hey,
lot of
Oh, that's
people,
only in California.
but how do
yeah,
we
In
know?
California.
But but how do
a
we know
lot
they
of
can't?
people in the chat are agreeing. They're saying 225,
Yeah,
2000.
there's a lot of sooners than laters,
You know,
and that's
listen,
what I've been feeling.
I spoke with my shaman friend, and he says that we are on the precipice of another timeline change. And he said there's only two options. He said one is a time shift into darkness, or the other one is a time shift into light. And he said it is a very thin line right now.
Yes.
It really is.
So I think that once we break that timeline, I'm the ever optimist. So I'm always going to say that we are going to break for the positive. And I feel that once we make that break for the positive, like Will said, we're going to have an extraordinary event. And honestly, I'm feeling that it's not going to happen in America. It's not going to happen in Europe. It's not going to happen in Asia. It's either going to happen in the Middle East, Africa, or South America.
Very possible.
You could be right about that.
That's a cool prediction right there.
It is.
We have to record this for prediction. I'm so glad that you're recording this too, Commander, because it's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, heard it here first, folks.
I wish we could see
now, James, you told me that something about you have some information from a DOD contact. You were mentioning something about somebody you met.
Oh gosh, yeah.
I remember your comments, and now I got to go back to that. And I believe it's in relationship.
I met this guy Mike yesterday at an event we were at. He was actually the host of the event, and he was a retired DOD satellite imager, just like kind of like Shy.
Yeah.
And so I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "So what do you know about scalar weapons?" And he looked down over his glasses and he said, "Were you in the military?" And I said, "No, I just played a general on TV."
What, did he laugh?
But he so he came back to the table and then we were talking and I was telling him about the show and Shy and Disclosure, and he says, "Well," he says, "I'll tell you this, in my 25 years," he said, "my job was to work on the radar, the hardware for the radar." So now this gentleman was in his late 60s, early 70s. Right. So he said back in the 90s and 2000s and even back to the 80s that all of the technology was so new. So when they would get like these radar images of UFOs, at first, when they first started getting the technology, he would have to come out because they'd call him and say, "Hey, man, we've got this image here and something's not looking right on the image. Can you come and make sure the hardware and the equipment is okay?" So he would have to go in, look at the image, and then go into the hardware and software and make sure that there was no like tainting of the image.
Right.
So he said he got to see stuff all the time. He wasn't put under an NDA. He said back then it wasn't like you have to have clearance to work on that type of stuff. It was just like known that you keep your mouth shut and you do your job and you fix the satellites. But he confirmed that a lot of the stuff that Shai said, he said when he was leaving, they were developing these scalar weapons that were, developed for, the purpose of taking down these UFOs. And it's so funny that his story is so similar to Shai's because he was a double employee as well. So he worked for the DOD, but he did private contract work for satellites for other companies.
Interesting.
Raytheon, all that kind of stuff. So I actually have the guy's full name. So next time I get a chance to talk to Shai in private, I'm going to see if
she might not know him, but
she's part of his legacy group.
Yeah, really, an older guy, part of the legacy group.
Well, listen, I mean, I'm not going to tell you guys where, but where Shai told me she was at. this guy was also in the same place.
You mean the
Yeah.
Whitestone Desert? Did you say the desert Whitestone?
No. I'm talking about the certain facility
Okay.
that
Yeah.
Shy is currently working at.
Okay.
Yeah.
This gentleman worked at the same facility.
But you said something
Interesting.
earlier
See?
about Whitestone or White Sand or
Oh
Whitestone.
yeah, no,
White
the
Sands
white
in
sand.
Mexico.
So Shy got to go do some experimental testing to a test site in White Sands,
New Mexico.
and she was with the Lockheed Martin group, and they were testing some crafts.
Hey, I
Right.
just
Well, we're going to let Shai tell us the whole. I'm sure
she
she's
can
got a
tell us.
lot of top secret UFO stuff too to tell us as well. So
I just wanted to say one theory that most people didn't think of that I thought of. Like, let's say that it's like at night, like at 2 a.m. at night, right? I don't know if you've ever seen the movie. How do we know they couldn't disguise their ship and make it look like an ordinary, like Costco or something, or the mall, like, and then take the people that they want to leave on their ship? How do we know that they can't do that with their technology? We don't.
Oh, dude. That sounds like something out of a movie. But
It
yeah,
does. You know, it
I
isn't out of a
definitely
movie,
think
but
that would be.
have you ever heard
That's
of
the
the
reason.
watch? The watch on Amazon? The watch with the oh God, it's like a lot of famous actors. I can't even remember who
the
they are,
watch.
Well,
but
they're not that famous.
no, they're not that famous, but it's Vince Vaughn and then somebody else, and they take over a Costco at night, and they're somewhat
Oh
of
my God!
some of them are evil, and some of them are not.
Wow.
They end up
Yeah.
killing the bad ones. It's really
Wow.
interesting. If you ever
I
seen
got
it,
blown away by the Las Vegas thing with the postcard. That just blew my. I almost got knocked out.
That was so cool. So the Kabbalists talk about how the Kabbalists, Kabbalah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they talk about how our lives are movies and that we can put our, whatever characters we want in and whatever scenarios into our movie. And I really tend to agree with that on many levels.
Yeah.
If
They
we
do
want,
that. Just
yeah.
like the movie, which is my favorite, the classic. Not, Keanu Reeves did a remake of it, The Day the Earth Stood Still. That's one that everybody in the world should watch. If you've never seen the original movie in black and white, The Day the Earth Stood Still, it gives you really even though it's Hollywood, it was based on a true story. Hollywood took it a little bit differently than it, just a slight bit, but it shows this man from the stars, this human with a silver suit on, and then this robot that's like a silver metallic robot protecting the spaceman. And we surround the ship and we try to use our guns at it. And the being uses its laser, the robot, and it disintegrates their weapons. It doesn't kill the person. It disintegrates the weapons they're using. Yeah, it's a great film. Grace knows that. The original movie, everyone should watch it. I don't recommend many movies only because with this subject, but this one really, in a sense, was about contact, and they had to throw in this little glitch of stuff regarding the military, the scientists that wanted to understand the space being, but the military people wanted to not understand anything. They took actions that were not in conjunction with that. Then the spaceman said, I came here with a message. I'm ad-libbing the movie. He really came to speak a message of peace and share that with the world. But they decided he left the planet and he said his goodbyes, and the robot goes back on the spaceship with him. And this woman felt kind of almost was like in love with him, the Earth Woman. It's a classic movie. It really is a movie everyone should watch. It's the original classic, The Day the Earth Stood Still. Now, Keanu Reeves' movie is a little bit of a different take in the way it was made in Hollywood, but the original is even better because it really gives you a better understanding of that perception of reality that you might not understand when you're watching things like this. So there's a lot of sci-fi movies over the decades. Some of them are really interesting in the way the producers produced a movie that was not fear-based, and there are others that were made simply to, create fear-based in people throughout the 50s and 60s. These movies that just totally made ETs look like they're ready to gobble up the whole planet, which of course was not true. But of course, Hollywood can do what they want. and everything. So let me see who's here.
Commander, I want to
I'm
ask
going to
you a
bring.
question.
I'm going to bring Diane and Sarvant. Diane is our Bigfoot person, and Sarvant also will bring him up. And I think I'm fulfilling all the requests that I see here. Oh, I just Anchor Ant, thank you for the shooting star, man. I'm getting blown away
Whoa,
here.
the man from
If
Mars
I
is
get
getting
any
love
cosmically
tonight.
higher, folks, you're going to have to bring me down to Earth. Just kidding.
Hey,
But
Commander, I
Diane,
wanted to ask you, what are
yes.
your thoughts on the old Battle of Los Angeles incident?
You know, I never really saw that. I think there was a movie made about it. But I saw a Hollywood movie years ago, I think, that was made in the 50s about it. Or was it? Well, I don't know what year it came out, but I do remember watching something like vaguely, and they were shooting at this thing. They couldn't know what it was, but they were shooting at it, and because it was another fear-based movie where a Hollywood producer creates this movie, and we're talking about the same movie, they start shooting at this object, Los Angeles, the Battle for Los Angeles. Now, in supposedly the real events of that, and I should get into that a little bit because I think that we were the instigators of trying again to shoot at non-terrestrial craft in what they call the Battle of Los Angeles. And I don't think the ET craft are shooting at Los Angeles. If I remember correctly, the orders were given to start shooting, and that's exactly what we do. I mean, that's exactly what we do. We shoot at the spaceships that are not from Earth, and that's what we do. That's our initial
Yeah.
reaction is to do that. Every decade we do that. You know, I
Well,
mean,
the
and then we
thing,
say the hostile ETs. We're the ones who are hostile to them. They're not hostile to us.
We are
We've been
so
lied to.
designed to do that. We're designed like as a human, and our human. This is the biggest challenge I think for humans is to and we are being programmed to respond in a way that is a fight or flight type response.
Right.
So again, saying it again, and especially for the new people who come, into the live and are listening, be really, because use discernment in what you're watching and what you're like, absorbing,
Right.
because you're absorbing propaganda on a daily, and you're taking like, it's almost like an injection every day, depending
yes.
on how many times a day you take that injection. And then you respond to someone's comment, and instead of listening to a comment and using some discernment and saying, well,
Right.
that actually makes sense, or that's interesting. And instead it's like fight, power, struggle.
You
And
know,
this is
Grace, when
go
I
ahead.
was going to say, when we study conflict resolution or negotiation,
Hmm.
there's a tenet of thought that you have to allow, if you're like in a conversation with somebody, especially if it's adversarial, when you're in that type of a situation, like you said, there's fight or flight, but then there's
Mm-hmm.
love. And
Hmm.
then when you add the love to it, and you give somebody, say somebody's wrong, say somebody's full of crap, but if you give them a little bit of a victory, make them feel like they are, let's say, superior, they start to bring down their guard, their shield. You hit them with love, and then you could
Yes,
approach it logically.
that's
But
called
it's going to take
diffusion.
us to do that. We have to be the ones to initiate it.
That's a concept that comes from martial arts. So if
Yeah.
anyone in the, has studied martial arts, I mean, it's about diffusing. I know that I studied Kung Fu when I was 18, for a couple of years, and I studied with a master, and he used to say to us, it's not about running to the fight. It's learning to run from the fight, get away,
Right.
protect yourself and get away.
I had a question for when she joined Shy. I wanted to ask her if about radar, because I know she was talking about radar once, and what I was trying to think is, can the ETs cut off the radar so it makes look, and they could like land on our planet and like make it look like a Costco, so the government can't shoot them down, and then like what my theory is that, like, the creator can send a message telepathically to people that want to survive and get off the planet, and survive together. Does that
I
make sense?
think they would pick a Sam's Club over Costco, Will.
It's a good one. I love
All
that.
right, let's get to Diane and
Diane.
Smart. Let's get
Go
to
ahead,
Diane
Yeah.
and Almighty.
Diane, we can bring Diane in here and Savard. Let me just say this is Encounters, the non-commercial PR here. This is Encounters, the late night UFO talk show on planet Earth. The best talk show on any social media. CNN doesn't have us, NBC doesn't have us, CBC doesn't have us, BBC doesn't have us,
Wait a
CSS doesn't
second.
have us.
I might work for one of those companies.
Network. Hey, Commander, if they paid you to be on their show, would you? No, right?
Well, who would be on the show?
Well, if they paid you to do a show, but as long as that you can say what you want to say, would you be willing to accept the cash for?
As long as I'm still on TikTok and I
Okay.
didn't have to compromise, one thing they would have to do is understand that the commanders do not compromise. So if NBC said you can do a show for 2 hours or whatever and have an audience, okay, no compromise, no limitations, no censorship.
No scripting.
And
No scripting.
that's the only way I would accept
censorship.
I agree.
Nope.
I agree.
And I'd have to bring Down the Rabbit Hole on the show with me
Yep.
and have Grace as our
Absolutely.
spiritual advisor to help people.
And Will. Hey, go ahead, Diana, if you're still.
Will, we're bringing you in for security.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm the security network
Stevens,
guy.
thank you for the galaxy. Wow, man, thank you. But no, but I'm going to bring Diana, and then we're going to have Savard come in here, and you can join us, folks. We're on till what happened here? Okay, goal achieved. Oh, TikTok says my goal is achieved. Thank you, everybody. A goal is achieved for tonight, anyway. And I completely got blown away here for a minute, so my consciousness is flying all over the place. Anyway, with that happening, Diane and then Savat. Go ahead.
Well, Commander, I just wanted to let you know that I did go out and talk to the couple I told you about.
Yeah.
With the Bigfoots.
Yeah.
And the man completely refused to allow either him or his wife to come on. And their reasoning, several years ago, they got hooked up with one of those Bigfoot groups.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, but something crazy happened with it. And now he is the one that actually saw the baby.
Oh, you did?
And he is afraid of our location being given out because he doesn't want them killed.
Yeah, like he wants to keep the area preserved.
There are people that want to hunt them, and that's not right.
I get that.
No, well, and he was one of those people. He was very adamant about hunting them until he saw the baby. And when he saw it, that completely changed his whole perspective.
Yeah.
But I mean,
because the little baby, that little baby Bigfoot is an intelligent being.
Right.
Just because it looks like, it has hair on its body. This is the problem with our planet. When they see a Bigfoot and they see the mother and the father and the baby, just reflect on the fact that when you have a little baby child and you're a mother and a dad or whatever, you're happy to have that little kid. The Bigfoot, we call it Bigfoot, but it's we don't know what it really is called. We just call it what we think it is. We really don't know what it is. So we have to use Bigfoot, Sasquatch. It might even be, it's not probably even a Sasquatch. We don't even know. So when he saw the little baby Bigfoot, oh, here's my cat. Missy's here meowing. He probably thought, well, if it was a human being and I shot this little kid, why would I do that? He's probably thinking and reflecting and say, what am I doing here? What am I doing to this? I don't even know who they are. So he changed his consciousness by seeing that little Bigfoot. That hunter now became not a hunter anymore, but now he was curious about who they were, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and where they live, it actually comes up through a slough, I guess you would call it. and it comes to where he lives now.
Yeah, the baby.
I don't know about the baby, but I know there's a Bigfoot that comes to where he lives, and
Is it a
he
male or a
lives.
female?
I'm assuming it's a male
Okay,
because
it could
of
be
the
the
way
dad.
he.
I say dad. What do I know?
Yeah, but he leaves gifts, and the Bigfoot will bring him gifts.
See, that tells you it's an intelligent being,
Right?
that it knows that he brings a gift. A regular animal doesn't know what a gift is.
No,
When if this Bigfoot brings him a gift, it has thoughts, has feelings, has emotion. It's not out to kill
absolutely.
people. It's not an it. It's a being. It's just a hairy, intelligent being that we just don't understand.
Well,
You know.
I tried hard to get them to, share, but they're just scared too, and they're protecting it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they can share about what it is. They don't have to share where it is. So if you can get them to understand, they want to come on with you and just share just generally about it. We don't want to know where it is. I want to protect that Bigfoot and its family. The last thing I want to do is jeopardize its life. Just if he wants to talk about how he shares with it, if he's communicated with it, that's a general question. He doesn't. I don't want to know where in the U.S. He's seeing it. I don't think anybody needs to know that, nor should they. I think as long as he's having a peaceful conversation with the Bigfoot, not a conversation, but eventually, I mean, if
And
he's not afraid of
interaction.
it, I think if he went up to the Bigfoot in peace with something, the Bigfoot would not be at all an angry Bigfoot or whatever it is. It would be probably, thankful, or however the Bigfoot communicates. Maybe he could, maybe if he were to come up to it, he can say, "Oh, by the way, thank you for the gift. Do you speak our language?" And see if the Bigfoot can communicate that way. Maybe the Bigfoot is telepathic. Levick, take care. Have a blessed evening, my brother. Always good to see you, man. Always good vibes. Thank you so much. So I would love to see that person. When you see him, ask him if he would try to communicate with it. And you can maybe be the voice of, even if he doesn't want to come on, find out if he does communicate with it. So that would be interesting. I think I'm really getting the message. Ask him to communicate with it. Bring something to it. Stand there and wait till it comes and see if he's not afraid to try to communicate with it. Just come without any weapons, because he's not going to kill anything. Come just without weapons and see if he can communicate with the Bigfoot.
Tell him to
What,
leave some paint
what do
and
you
some
think?
paper out there. See if it'll paint them a picture.
That'd be
Or
cool.
yeah, or maybe something. I mean, what do you think, Diane? You think that would be a good experiment? Do you think he's willing to do it?
Well, it's possible. They were so adamant when I went out there, and I tried so hard, but
Mm,
it's possible that he would, because he feels real strongly about it now.
hmm Yeah, he does. And we don't want him to go public about where he is. I just want to do an experiment, in a very peaceful experiment. If he will go out there and see if it will come to him and he brings a gift to it, see if he can communicate with it, like talk to it,
Right.
speak, and see if it has a language. I think they have languages, and they must have an intelligence to understand who we are if we come at it from a very peaceful perspective. And I think
Absolutely.
if he's not afraid of the Bigfoot anymore, and he's now wanting to gift it food or whatever, I think and the Bigfoot's coming back to him. Kit Kat likes the idea of a painting idea. So he should, if, like somebody paints something for him, paint a little drawing of a flower, whatever it is, and leave it there for
Yeah,
the
no,
Bigfoot.
they do this with elephants and with gorillas. You paint them a picture, and then you give them paint and a picture, and see if they'll paint you a picture back.
And with the
That's
Bigfoot, that would be interesting.
Yeah, that's a neat idea. Well, I'm going to keep on talking to him about it,
Hmm
because you never know. I might get him on a good day that he feels strong enough that he would do it. But
Yeah. I think that'd be
Hey,
great.
Diane, I gotta ask you a question. Did you see the video of the Bigfoot in Colorado from the train?
No, I didn't.
I'm gonna send it to you, and
Great.
then after you check it out, come back and let us know if it looks like the same Bigfoot you saw, because you having the Bigfoot that I saw did not look like the one in the video, but everybody it seems that has had a Bigfoot encounter, the hair looks different depending on where they are. Like, I'm in Florida, the hair is very thinned out and it's like reddish looking from the sun and being out in the open. This one in Colorado, it looked like it had its hair straightened and it went to Paul Mitchell's salon
Yeah,
because
so
the
it looked like it
hair.
was pretty well groomed.
Yeah, it was very well groomed, and it was so fine that like the suit itself would have to have cost thousands of dollars.
Huh.
Right.
And the
And the
one I
fact that the
saw
person was
had
on a train,
it.
the train thing,
Uh,
there's no way that could be faked.
Yeehaw!
I don't know. I looked at the video and I saw it, and it was like shading. At one point, it shades with the background, like you said.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. But the video looked okay. But wouldn't if it was on a train, wouldn't he be kind of shaking the camera too, like a little bit?
Not
Well, you
necessarily
could
if
see
he's the
that
same person.
it was moving. That it was moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
And the train
to
doesn't
me,
stop.
Will, when you run it through like a visualization program, and you could zoom
I'll be right
into it.
back.
I
Yeah.
mean, you could see muscle definition, the hair. You could see
Yeah.
that the way the hair is flowing, and like I said, if it was faked, it's a costume somebody's been working on for a very, very long time.
Gotcha. And it was only like a day ago too. So that's
Right.
interesting that we're getting closer. Like I said, it's all ramping up. The Bigfoot, the UFO sightings. I think there's something going to happen before that, and I don't know what it's going to be. But like I said, I mean, they could disguise it as a Sam's Club, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, definitely.
well, the one I saw was very thick hair. Very.
Right.
I'm watching the video now, James, and it does. I see what you're saying about the silken hair.
Yes, it's very very
Silken.
well kept. It's like a Beverly Hills Bigfoot.
Huh?
Yep, I saw that.
Yeah. And now I have a couple of questions, Diane. I've come to know that Bigfoot's pop in and out of dimensions.
Yes, the one I saw did.
Is
Yeah.
that what you think that if they're, because you said they come out of somewhere? Is it a portal they're coming out of? You said they come out of somewhere.
That's what I think
Hmm.
because it came from the side of the road and crossed across the road, and then it was gone.
Yeah, and I mean, I've heard that it's really almost very difficult to hunt them, although it would be tragic if that happened, if there was a family living, peacefully, and then they of course were, it's like one of those horrible movies,
Oh yeah,
that we people are entertained by. This is
Yeah.
entertainment for some
it's
people.
it's sad.
It's very sad, and I mean, this is what happens with poaching. And this is a real problem. Human beings just don't get it. We're
Yeah.
getting better. We're getting better. I feel like there are a lot more people who sort of understand that. But there was that recent movie, Contact, I believe it was. Oh, Arrival.
Arrival. Yeah. Contact was the other movie with Jodie Foster.
Yeah, that
I
was an
love
older one.
that one.
That was a great
Arrival
movie
was
too, by the way.
also phenomenal because I loved Contact and I love Arrival because it gives us the same understanding of immediate responses to attack instead of trying to understand. And that's what I love so much about and there
Mm-hmm.
was the mystery, the mystery element was there, like the mystery behind the communication. And then of course the scientist the language professor who was working to, kind of understand. There was so much happening in that movie. It was,
Hey, Bruce, I watched a video of a bunch of scientists that were dissecting the movie,
yeah.
and they were
Yeah.
so mad. They were so mad at the movie. They were like, "That wouldn't be." They were like critiquing the movie off of real science, and I'm like, "Wait a second, this is science fiction.
Right. Right.
Why
Exactly.
are we
You
Yeah.
even
know what?
wasting time?"
Interesting, James, you say that. You know what? When I watch Contact, I think that we have already have something like that where we can go through something and go onto that particular planet. I think we have. I'm going to ask Shy about that. I think we have something that we can do that with. I think that movie has an element of truth to it, but I'm not 100% sure. So,
Now, Commander, I have an idea, and I don't know if I'm just going to propose it to you here in the live because I feel like there are people who would be interested in partaking. Do you feel like we could do like some kind of collective, meditation session at some point to, just kind of help raise consciousness, vibration, as a group, in the live, like together?
yeah, I want to do. I'm going to put it this way. I've been meditating about something. It's interesting you bring that up. I might have to do a completely separate show. I want to do a worldwide meditation for peace,
Mm-hmm.
and it won't be on encounters. I'm going to do a separate thing. Um, and I've been really, especially with the conflicts on our planet right now, I'm being guided even by the command upstairs to do this. And I think I think we should coordinate it. I think I should make it an event on TikTok. I can make an event. I know I've never done that before. I'll set a date for the event.
Yeah.
And that event actually will be broadcast by TikTok's algorithm to everybody. So everybody around the world will be able to come onto the TikTok when we do this. So I think you're right. I think you and I should coordinate it. Maybe Down Rabbit Hole wants to help out with that too. Whatever. I
I
mean,
think we should get you. We should get all of the hosts, and everybody should do their own meditation to even spread the word even more.
I agree
right.
with that. Mm-hmm. I mean, I
Yeah,
know
we
there
need to
are
do it.
people doing it. I know Dr. Greer does one. He does C5s collectively. And
But this will be different. This is really
yeah.
I mean, I can get the Ashtar Command involved in this from off planet
Hmm.
to at least assist us, and I have to figure that one out. I would have to talk to Kadar Manka as a telepathic communicator with him, and matter of fact, might have him come in and communicate on a separate broadcast. I think what I want to do is create a separate Ashtar Command broadcast on here, which would be a little bit different. Um, and as I'm thinking as I'm speaking here at the same token, I think that's important. I think we need to do, especially the one thing I was getting all day in between working. I was thinking about peace and thinking about peace and thinking about peace and how to attain peace on earth. And I think now more than ever, we need to come together as a planetary system. And in my mission work, I think you're right, Grace. I think we will set a date very soon, and I will put it on TikTok, an event date. It'll be possibly a Sunday deal, and maybe instead of my radio show one Sunday morning, I'm going to set the date on a Sunday morning to do this. And I think this is something we will do. I'll look at my calendar. I might even set it as quickly as Sunday this weekend. Well, just let me meditate on that.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, let's not do it this Sunday. Let's plan it. Let's get it. Let's market it. Let's get everybody spreading the
Yeah, that's
word.
true too.
I'll
I
make a
actually
video
like
that
that.
everybody can share.
I mean,
Uh,
you can do an impromptu one, but I really think as an event, it'd be a great idea. I don't think any of it is a bad idea. I think and every little bit helps. And
We should plan it though. James is right. I think if he has the technology to set up the video and plan it, we set a Sunday morning date. I'll skip my radio show and we'll set it up. Why don't we just pick a date right now for Sunday morning?
Yeah.
Well, let's facilitate. We're on live. Let's facilitate it right now.
Yeah.
So when would everybody like to
Hold
do
on,
it? On
now
what
I gotta
Sunday?
pull up my calendar.
Yeah.
Hold on. Hold on. I'm a busy man.
Yeah, and then somebody was
I've got the haunted
mentioning.
house. I've got the haunted house every weekend for the next 3 weekends.
Oh wow.
I'm laughing.
And
I'm laughing.
we've got
Gaz says
church.
you guys should go to church instead. No, I don't go to church. I don't go to temples. I've been through temples. I've been through religion. No, what we need to do is activate, motivate, and do this. Not sit in a church in a stool praying to God or Jesus on a cross, on a wooden cross. My cat Missy, oh, shenanigans. I was going to bring her on here. She's
Well,
agreeing with me. She's saying Mal.
Commander, who's
No
that
church,
standing
no
behind
temples.
you?
She's what?
Who's that standing behind you?
Yeah, you have
Are you
something
serious?
behind you.
Yeah, somebody's behind you.
No, that's my couch. That's my couch chair.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's your chair. It's a high back.
That's my chair. Don't
Got
start with the thing behind me again.
it. I saw
You
that.
guys are going to freak me out
Hey,
here.
Harold, I have not seen your comments either, buddy. Harold said he's
Thank you
been
for
doing comments, but they're blocking his
the
comments
heart.
because I haven't seen any.
Who's commenting?
Okay.
Harold.
But let's plan this out. I think this is great. We're facilitating it on Encounters. It's 1:00 in the morning, and we're winding down. I want to first of all thank all the people that
Wait, we
gifted
gotta get
the show.
Almighty on here too.
Where's Almighty?
He's
Oh
in
yeah,
he's
Almighty.
in the box.
I
He's
know Almighty's
sitting
here.
there
I'm
so
so glitched out with
patient.
this thing. Almighty, come on in here,
And
man.
he even had his mic off, so let's let
I
the
know he
man
did.
talk.
Gosh, I can't forget him. I'm just looking at
Yeah,
my cat, looking at the. I try to get my cat on here, but she's a little bit shy. Go ahead.
hey guys, good to talk to you all again.
Hey, good to see you, Almighty.
Yeah, I just had a couple of questions, and I'm gonna bring the conversation backwards a little bit. I know we already discussed this, but we're back to when you guys were talking about the aircrafts and the sightings, and
Yeah.
I just had a couple of questions. I think Down the Rabbit Hole had mentioned earlier that there are several different types of craft, and he said one is for traveling between stars, and another one is for coming to the planet. And could you say that part again? Because I don't want to misquote you. Could you say that part
Okay,
again?
yeah. So how Shai would explain it, these crafts, there are crafts that can travel differently. Some are mainly just for interstellar travel. So like supposedly there's this huge ship that's coming to Earth, and it's going to take 2,000 years to get here. That ship cannot use portal technology or come through a portal per se. Other ships can bend and move portals and create them. Other ones can move at will. So there's multi levels of the way these crafts can move. And recently, what Shai said is that her last encounter, the one that was kind of like almost a military operation, the crafts were moving in a synchronous like attack formation, like a V formation, as they were traveling over the various military sites.
Yes, yes. The crafts that you spoke of, the ones that can bend and move portals, what do we
Yeah.
know about how they work? Do we know anything about how they work?
That would be something for Shai to answer, but she says that like the Black Manta has some of the technology, but as far as the portals go, we don't have access to that technology.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. All right,
Like
yeah, I was just
we have access to zero G, we have access to recreating crafts that look like the triangles, but we don't have an interdimensional craft or a portal craft. Now we do have a craft that can travel very, very fast outside of the Earth's I guess you can call it the firmament or the atmosphere or whatever, but
Yeah.
it can travel to different planets within minutes.
So they okay, I get it. But so you said they can bend portals and they can move portals and stuff. So they're not using faster than light travel to accomplish any of this stuff. They're basically warping space time, is what you're saying.
Right. So exactly what Shai has said is there's no indication for faster than light travel, but there is indication for damn fast.
Yep.
Got it. Got it. Um, I had another question to go back to something Will said earlier, and this was maybe an hour, maybe an hour and a half ago, but he had mentioned something about he was saying, in Israel there was a sighting, and they're having that war right now, and people are starting to see aircraft and
Oh yeah,
extraterrestrial.
yeah, I saw that was me, yeah.
Yeah, he said they're starting to see. Yeah, you said I think you touched on it too, but I think you came after Will had said something about it. But yeah, people are starting to see sightings and aircraft and extraterrestrials and stuff like that. And I've noticed that they seem to be very interested in our wars. Like whenever we go to war, there are lots of sightings, and
Yeah, listen,
they
there was
they don't hide. They don't
you
hide
know,
No, they don't
themselves.
hide.
you
Not during war.
you had
No,
your
they always
you
show up.
had your experience that was over a war zone. There's we have videos from Pakistan and Afghanistan of these huge crafts over the battlefield. So yeah, absolutely they're watching. And I think they're watching as a let them know, hey, you guys can use your little ballistic missiles, but once you go nuclear, we're gonna step in.
Yeah,
I
Right.
think
I agree
I've
with that.
heard that theory before too. I've heard several different theories. So one theory I've heard was that one. I've also heard another theory. It's just like they're just observing the way that we fight or something like that. Because they
Dude,
also
because
there's
it's
also
also
so
a
there's a lot of
history
activity
lesson.
over yeah, so there's a lot of activity over war zones, but there's also a lot of activity over the facilities that house and create nuclear weapons. So there's also
You're
a lot
right.
of sightings
Absolutely
over
right.
that.
They did
So they
that in the
like to
'60s also too. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah,
they like
that's
to
true.
watch us go to war, and they also like to, kind of check out our weapons and our nukes and
Hey,
stuff like that. So one theory I've heard is that they're kind of learning about how we fight and what we have, and fear-based people are going to take that and say that they're planning something and blah blah blah. I don't believe that necessarily, but
Hmm.
Right.
I have noticed that they seem to be very interested in us going to wars and the weapons we use in those wars, and they seem to
absolutely.
and they are very
Yeah, they
and they're
are.
not like and I want to emphasize that they do not hide when they are looking at these things. They can cloak
No,
themselves, but they do
they
not.
don't hide.
They want us to know
It's almost
that they're
yeah, it's
watching
almost like they
these
want us
things.
to see that hey, there's a war going on and we're watching it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hey,
But they're
listen,
also not
Almighty.
watching it. They're also, oh, we're gonna Mr. B's going to come on here too. They're watching in the '60s. When I grew up in the '60s, some of you weren't even born yet, but they were shutting down the space people. They shut down nuclear. There are documentaries on History Channel and stuff that have been made about this. People that have been retired. They shut down the nuclear facilities, and they couldn't shoot off testing of nuclear bombs in our country because the silos were shut down by the space people.
Well, I
And
was
this
just
is
gonna
all
say I was
history.
talking
This is all
Shy
fact.
mentioned Shy mentioned a few
Thank you.
weeks ago that when there was that encounter that also our remember the rocket systems and nuclear systems were turned
Shut
off,
down.
and that was
Yep.
just 4 weeks ago.
Yeah,
By
well,
our
because
space
they're
planes.
afraid we're gonna, if we do something that's to affect our galaxy, that is a ripple effect. That's gonna affect everyone.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
it
and
affects the whole universe.
that's what I
Hey
wanted to
guys,
touch on. The fact
can
that
I
they're
say something?
watching
Yeah,
means
wait,
that
hey,
we
wait
have
one
the
second. We're
power.
gonna let Mr. B on because he's on break.
Hey,
Yes,
Mr.
Okay.
B.
I am. I
Mr. B,
am.
how you doing, man? On break.
I'm
The
doing
man on
great,
break.
y'all. Yeah, now y'all know, like when the show start, I'm working, so the internet is crappy, so I'm able to listen. I can't interject really, so I'm on my lunch break right now. And
Okay.
I want to tell everybody, I love all you beautiful souls, all the creepy crawlies. I love everybody, and If anybody, or if you feel uncomfortable about anything about your body, about your thoughts, don't, because that's your identity. That's not a flaw. It's your identity. And okay, the other night I was at work. I looked up in the sky and I saw this bright star or UFO. I don't know what it was. And I'm looking at it, so I start recording it. And it was changing colors, like purple is blue or something like that. And
Hmm.
so I started talking to it. I said, "Hey, it's me and you, star." Or and I didn't know if it was a star or UFO. I said, "Change the color, change the color, change the color." And it looked like it was starting to change, but I had to come back in the building. I said, "Well, look, just do something sporadic real quick." And that thing shot from one side to the screen to the other. It moved sporadically. I sent the
Hey,
video to
I
Skip
saw
the
that you
Grade.
saw me. Did you send me the video? Because I saw the
Yes,
video.
I
Did you
sent
Yes.
send
y'all
me
the
the
video.
video?
I
Oh
Good
my
told
stuff.
you,
gosh.
I
bro,
saw it. It's
you
on his
can't be up with my
page.
feelings.
Yeah, it's
You
on
gotta
his
follow me.
page.
I'm following you, man. You got
It's
my
on his
feelings when you
page,
didn't follow
Commander.
me.
I saw
Commander,
So,
yeah,
Wait a
you
minute.
got
I
to
got
go
to be
check it
following
out.
you.
Yeah, that
and
was
the same,
Oh,
wild. I love that.
okay. I'm following you now, Mr. B. So you can send it to
okay.
me.
And the same thing with the moon. This was not cloud coverage. I know for a fact this was not cloud coverage. The moon had a little small little crescent shape. I said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I want to see more of you. Show me more. Show me more." I said, it's a lot of naysayers on this app. Show me more. And it start uncovering real slow. It start
I
uncovering.
saw that
And-
too.
Wow. I
Yes,
bet. I bet if you in
Mr.
another situation where you're outside and you weren't working, and you said, "Can you come closer? Come closer?" And then you said again, "Come closer." Just like what you would do. So it would come. I bet it would have come closer to the
yep.
visual aspect of what you were looking. I'm pretty sure it would have.
Yeah,
And that's
listen,
what
Mr. B, you got some good energy, man. You might be
You
able to
really do.
manifest these
Yeah,
things.
can
You
you
I
can
control the
appreciate
manifest it.
that.
weather?
And that's what it is. You have to ask. You can't demand anything. You got to
Right.
give respect.
You know
We
Mm-hmm.
the word
understand
"ask and you shall receive." That old term in the
exactly,
cosmic realm: "Ask and you shall receive."
That is wisdom.
exactly, exactly.
Absolutely.
But and I want you to know, like in the mornings, I get off at 6 in the morning, and you go live about 9:30, 10. I try to watch it. I be sleep, dude. I try to watch it. I went to sleep on it today. But I appreciate y'all letting me up. Y'all have a good one.
Hey,
You
thank
too,
you.
man.
And
Thank you for
anytime
that
you have a
latest story.
story, come on and let us know.
And
Will
that's what this
do.
whole thing about the disclosures of Mr. B
I
is
think
saying.
he's going to have more.
Everybody, I think there's going to be a lot more stories on this show in the coming months and even next year. This is going to be the center show for all over the world, people in Europe, Africa, Asia, who have things happen, and they're going to find out about this show. Let people know we're going to be the clearinghouse for truth, cosmic truth. Mr. B, thank you for your information, your updates over there. We appreciate you. We love you, man.
And
All right, y'all have a good one.
we're
Love
sending
y'all
him a
too.
pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah. Good night.
All
Have
right.
a
What
good
Take
was
care,
that?
man.
night.
What was the old Star Trek, the Vulcan Dilly?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
well,
Peace.
take care, man. Get some sleep. I'm going to be signing off
Yeah,
in a
live
few
long and
minutes.
prosper.
Yes.
That's
you
right.
know, and I got to say something. I did get Dunkin' Donuts coffee beans today in the market. They were on sale, Earth-based money-wise. So I got 2 bags. And
Oh,
we love Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
do
We get
you?
it in the morning. I need my coffee in the morning, but I also need my apple cider. So
That's good to
tomorrow, I'm
know.
getting a full gallon of apple cider from the orchard, only 5 minutes away from my house.
Love it.
That's my cosmic drink, apple cider.
We don't have
So,
apple cider down here, but we do have some pretty good orange juice.
Yeah.
well, you do have apple orchards to the northern part of Florida, but I don't think you have them where you are.
You don't get apple cider down there, James?
That's
Can you?
Yeah,
crazy,
you could
man.
buy it at the store,
But you're right.
but
But
it's
if you
like
go into northern
I
Florida,
can't go to the local apple orchard and get
Yeah.
some fresh apple cider like
You
Commander.
can't get it
yeah. But
at
if
the
you
mill.
look under apple orchards in northern Florida, I bet you if you took a journey up there, you can get it.
I'm not going up there with those hillbillies.
Come on, James.
I love them. I love them. No, that I'm up in Tallahassee. I love them. But that country it's a different type of country out there
Yeah.
But it's real
because it's
country.
so hot and it's swampy and
Swampy, yeah.
it's very
Florida's
swampy and
so
there's
different.
Bigfoots everywhere and
But you can go for a swim in the swamp and see a
And the
Bigfoot.
gators are like 10 feet long.
yeah.
Listen, Florida, everywhere in Florida is a little different. It's like a different country.
And you know, James,
You know,
my friend Steve over here in Connecticut, he's with us here in Connecticut. Lyman Orchard, thank you for the hat. That looked really good. Wow, man, this is crazy.
whoa, look at the
I'm
love
like,
heart.
You
Lyman
got me
Orchard
totally.
ships
Look,
to
I
look
don't
at
Florida.
even
you
know what to
guys. You got
say.
Commander Giddy like a little schoolgirl.
I was going to say, Steven says Lyman Orchards will ship to Florida apple cider. So if you get in touch with Lyman Orchards online, they can ship you fresh apple cider right now. New England apple cider,
Whoa.
if you
Yeah,
really
it's
like
so
it.
hot right now. It's so good. We do hot apple cider.
Well, listen,
Yeah,
when I go off of keto, I'm gonna have to drink a gallon just for you, Commander.
I want to see that live.
We could do that.
Yeah, I know it's addictive. It's tough to, I gotta pace myself with the apple cider.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Well, everybody, it is getting late. I want to thank you all, brothers and sisters. Savart, good to have you with us, brother. Diane,
Hang on,
thank
can I
you.
ask one more question? Can I ask just
Yeah,
one more
you can. And
question?
also, I want Diane to contact her friend at a good moment and see if he'll do something with the Bigfoot. And maybe, Diane, if he allows you to, now I just thought of this, if he'll let you record the interaction.
Oh,
We don't need
that's
to know
not
where
gonna
it is,
happen.
just the interaction. But I'm just coming up with ideas here. Go ahead, Savant. I'm thinking
Yeah,
out of the box here.
just last quick question. I go on the internet and especially YouTube looking for as much information as I can. Some of
Yeah.
it's factual, some of it's not. I just wanted to ask you guys what you thought about some of the sources of information, if it's good or no good. You guys can just answer really quick, yes or no. But what do you guys think about ancient aliens? Do they have information there, or is that
Yes,
show just
Yes,
rubbish?
they do. I think they
yes,
do.
Oh,
yes.
What do you,
Yes.
absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
heard somebody mention Dr. Greer earlier. What do you guys think about that? Yes or no?
Some of his information, I
Yes
think,
and
is correct.
no.
Some of it, yes and no, depending what he says.
Well, which parts would be the no? What parts is he
Hard
accurate
to
about?
say.
And what parts?
He's got so much information. I wouldn't know where to begin.
You have to
Okay.
go down the rabbit hole on that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
listen, I think that when he talks about the technology and the CE5 stuff, he's definitely on point.
yeah.
But as Shai told us, he is getting fed a lot of disinformation. A lot of people are messing with him. A lot of people are trying to derail him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, there are.
counterintelligence program. They want to make him
And there's
look cool.
multi levels of this counterintelligence and
Yeah,
misinformation, disinformation.
yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Listen, we had a guy on the show that was paid by the government to spread disinformation.
And he came on and told us that.
There's a really great show. If you ever catch it, he comes on live. It's an English gentleman, Our True History. He has got some really great information on that. If you want to try to find him, Swavamighty. It's Swavamighty.
Yeah,
Swart Almighty. I had to look for a second. Our True History. Some great information. Guy's been researching for like 40 years.
Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Thank you for the recommendation, and
Yeah.
thank you guys for all the information once again.
yeah. Good to have you with us, brother, and good to have you completely with us here. And it is late, so I might be getting a little bit silly here, which is all right. But we love you all. I thank everybody for supporting the show. I thank everybody for their gifts. Please subscribe. We have 27, I think it is now, of 100 subscribers. If your subscription, 27, 100. My goal is to get to 100. If we get to 100, we'll have enough money raised for our C5 group, which Grace is a part of our Ashtar Contact C5 group here in New England. So we're trying to raise money for another set of night vision equipment, third generation, and they're running about $2,000 to $3,000. So we're trying to raise money for that. Become a subscriber. You can do it for a month, 2 months. You choose the subscription And then when it runs out, if you can't do it for the next month, you just resubscribe when you can. Thank you all, everybody, for being here. Grace, James, Diane, thank you for your updates. And talk to him about, at least doing, standing there with some food or a drawing or a painting and seeing if he can communicate with the Bigfoot down where you are.
Thanks, Commander. Let us know about the dates. Let's try to talk.
Let's coordinate it. Let's all work. Thank you, Deborah. Let's coordinate a date for this international TikTok broadcast. It will be not an encounters broadcast. We're going to do a world peace broadcast. Lisa B, thank you for subscribing. I think she just subscribed. Thank you very much. And everyone, thank you for being here. But in the next few days, message me, James, message me, Grace, and we'll figure this out, a date. I'll take a Sunday morning off for my show, and we'll do a Sunday morning world meditation. And I'm committed to that. Good night, everybody. Take care. Be well.